Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Everyone.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And even if we think we cannot reach or conceive the mercy of their Lordship Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, then at least let us be grateful to ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. That if you have a little faith in Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada coming to the West and deliver the Krishna consciousness movement to all of us, maybe one day we'll realize the mercy of their Lordship. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, go to Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol, Nitai Gaura,
Hari
Hari Bol,
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Dear Lordship Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki. Shri Panchatattva ki jai. Shri Nasanga Bhagwan ki jai. Sat Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So this was just a little warm up. Really and truly this is supposed to start at 4:30. I saw Hare Kirtan is still fixing. So for those of us who are here, we'd like to welcome you for a beautiful 16th. And of course 16 in the world is seen as in different ways, but it is a special celebration. They have sweet 16 and whatever other 16 they have. So the two boys, Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, they're celebrating their 16th appearance here. Then, in the beginning, 2009, when they would have installed, the center was called Nimai Pandit Study Center. And if those of you who were around, you remember when that was the old building when we opened opened this new building. We rebrand as Hare Krishna Study Center. So that was a rebrand, Hare Krishna Study Center. The new home of their Lordship, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. So they would have spent 8 years in their old or previous home, and now 8 years they are in their new home. Receiving, of course, the dedicated service of each and every one of us, far and wide, giving their benedictions, giving their blessings, giving their mercies, in and around tongue, we may say. Those of you who have been around for the last 16 years, you'll remember that their Lordship probably went to more streets and villages and streets in Georgetown and around Georgetown more than where we would have walked. So much so that they was on the West Coast, they went to Bartika, like that. So their Lordship would have performed quite Sankirtan through Padayatra in different parts of the country. So as we celebrate their 16th anniversary, installation anniversary that is, we humbly request each and every one of us to let us pray sincerely, to receive what they would have came to give, Krishna Prema, love of God, through the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So the program will be kirtan, a few bhajans. The title song of their Lordship is Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, that famous bhajan from the songbook. We normally do Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, and there will be some short presentation, glorification of their Lordships, pujaris giving their testimony. And at 6:30 there will be Artik, Gaura Artik that is. After the Artik there will be a little short projection that the Temple Management Board will highlight. Jai Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Ki Jai Haribo Brahmotsava. Hare Krishna. So the Temple Management Board will highlight some plans and activities, services to improve and increase in spreading the glories of their Lordship far and wide. And for the first time this year, we are going to do this as a 16th anniversary celebration, that we are going to mark their year from their anniversary to the next, before the next anniversary. So that will be the year calendar activities in service to their Lordship.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll sing one bhajan, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Doya Koro More. For those of us who have the song access on their mobile, they can do so, or Prabhu will put the bhajan up on the screen as well. We'll read the translation for the bhajan. My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful to me, because who can be more merciful than your Lordship within these three worlds? Your incarnation is just to reclaim the conditioned fallen souls, but I assure you that you will not find a greater fallen soul than me. Therefore, my claim is forced. My dear Lord Nityananda, you're always joyful in spiritual bliss. Since you always appear very happy, I have come to you because I am most unhappy. If you kindly put your glance over me, then I also may be happy. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, you are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda will also be kind to me. O Swarup Damodar, personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya, O 6 Goswamis, O Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. O Lokanath Goswami, my beloved spiritual master, Narottam Das also prays for your mercy. O Srinivasacharya, successor to the 6 Goswamis, please be merciful to me. Narottam Das always desires the company of Ramachandra Chakravarti. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More
Toma bina ke doyalo jagat samsare
Toma bina Hidayalo Jagat Samsare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More
Toma bina ke doyalo jagat samsare
Toma bina Hidayalo Jagat Samsare
Patita pavana hetu Tava avatara Patita
Pavana Hetu Tava Avatare
Mosama patita prabho Na paive ara
Samapatita Prabhu Napaivara
हा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी हा हा प्रभु
प्रेमानंद सुखी
हा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी हा
प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी
कृपा बालो काना करो आमी बड़ो दुखी कृपा बालो
কানা করো আমি বড় দুঃখী
कृपा बालो काना करो आमी बड़ो दुखी
কানা করো বড় দুঃখী
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण
চৈতন্য প্রভু দয়া করো মোরে
तोमा बिना के दयालो जगत संसारे तोमा
বিনা কে দয়ালো জগত সংসারে
दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई दया करो
सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई
तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा
बाले पाय चैतन्य निताय
तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय
तव कृपा बाले पाय चैतन्य निताय
हा हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ स्वरूप
रूप रघुनाथ
भट जुगा श्री विवाह प्रभु लोकनाथ भट जुगा
प्रभु लोकनाथ
दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो
प्रभु श्रीनिवास
रामचंद्र संगा मागे नारोत्तम दास रामचंद्र
संगमागे नरोत्तम दास
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Doya Koro More
Tuma Bina Ke Doyalo Jagat Samsare Tuma Bina
Vidayalu Jagat Samsare
Tuma Bina Ke Doyalo Jagat Samsare
Tuma Vina Virayalu Jagat Samsare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Doya Koro More
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro
More
Toma Bina Ke Doyalo Jagata Samsare
Toma Vina Ke Dayalu Jagata Samsari
Toma Bina Ke Doyalo Jagata Samsare
Toma Vina Ke Dayalu Jagata Samsari
Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Ha ha Prabhu
Premananda Sukhi
Kripa Balokana Koro Ami Boro Dukhi Kripa Balokana Koro Ami Boro Kripa Balokana Koro Ami Boro Dukhi Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra
Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra
Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra
Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra
Jaya Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra
Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Everyone together Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Daya Koro More
Toma Vina जगत संसारे
Uma bina hridayalo jagat samsare.
Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki.
Jai Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Brahmotsava Festival ki jai. Hare Krishna once again to all the devotees. We do hope you are having a great time immersed in chanting the holy names of the Lord. As this afternoon we are observing the most auspicious, the most special 16th installation anniversary of their Lordships, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. We would like to welcome all the visiting devotees from abroad. Hari Bol. Also, we would like to welcome all the local devotees who have not been able to come as of recent. So at this point in time, we would like to invite His Grace Prabhupada Deva Prabhu to share a few thoughts, a few remarks on today's very special occasion. He himself has been instrumental in bringing their Lordships, he and His Grace Ramlila Prabhu, in bringing their Lordships here from Mayapur to Guyana, so that we can all have the opportunity to engage in their most wonderful, blissful service. So over to Prabhupada Deva Prabhu.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prima Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratashe Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. All of us together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Their Lordship Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to thank His Grace Sachisuta Prabhu and also to join with him to welcome each and every one of you here this beautiful Saturday evening, the 25th of January, 2025. So just in case if you miss it, it is 2025. And we are here to honor the most wonderful, glorious occasion, Brahmotsava, the Advent installation anniversary of their Lordship, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. As you can see on the screen there, and those of you who received the invitation, it is 16th anniversary. It seems like, probably for many of us, at least for myself, it was just like 16 days ago. We cannot imagine 16 years already gone by so quickly. But 16 years in service to their Lordship would have been wonderful, amazing. You describe it, mercy to the highest extent. You want blessings, you want benedictions, you want service, everything available in their house, in their realm, or in their dwelling place, you may say, here in Georgetown, East Coast, East Bank. This is their domain, you may say. They are the Lord of this area. So engaging in their service to bring them to Guyana, install them, His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami and His Grace Bhuttadi Prabhu, along with Ramlila Prabhu, one of our senior God brother, who would have been instrumental. In fact, Ramlila Prabhu would have give the initial donations to bring their lordship here in Guyana, air freight them from Mayapur, Calcutta to Georgetown, and arrive here on time, buying new outfits. You know, those days we didn't have no outfits, so getting outfits sewn and getting everything ready was quite a task within a short time to put everything together. But the big drive then was 7 days Padayatra. Immediately the day after the installation anniversary, the installation was Sunday the 25th, 2009. And from Monday to the next Sunday would have been, we had 7 days Padayatra on the East Coast. So we start on the east, and we were coming towards west, and we would have finished just next to the temple here on the embankment parapet over the trench. And that was the biggest, what we will say, Hare Krishna explosion in this area. When we started the first day Padayatra, we had a few persons on the parade, and it was raining. And the evening programs, maybe we had about 40, 50 devotees and well-wishers were there, villagers. And again, it was all rain and was very difficult. That was Monday. But Tuesday, immediately, over 1,000 people. Again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the drive-in cinema tarmac, almost 2,000, 1,700, 2,000 persons. And the Lordship was just, and that year, if you interview many of the devotees who've been around and serving here, they would have all joined within that time, like Radha Kishore, Mahendra Prabhu, Sachisuta Prabhu, Fadila, and his Dharmapatni, and so many devotees, Harinarayan Prabhu and Krishna Gyan, so many persons actually, as their Lordship was, you know, going around town, they were seeking and bringing their devotees, their servant, along with them at the same time. So that was the biggest, one of the biggest preaching activities we had with their Lordship. And Sunday, of course, we would have finished here Sunday midday. Even though we started Sunday program here 2007, immediately 2 years after their Lordship would have appeared. And since then, that means this month will be 18 years since we actually started Sunday Feast in the old building that we had here before. So immediately their Lordship came like 2 years after, and from then to now it has been an amazing journey. Even conceiving this project, originally we were thinking about Hare Krishna. Originally we were thinking about a small flat building, and when we bring them in a very humble setting, if I would have put out my hands like this, and if I put my hands like this, that probably would have been maybe a feet more this way, a feet more that way. That would have, and if I raise my hands like this, that would have been their altar space when we brought them and installed them and start to worship them, for many of you who weren't there. It was very humble setting for their Lordship. And they accept, they gladly, we may say, they gladly accept those humble services that their servant, the devotees, would have offered to them. But then we decide that we want to give them the best. And we keep increasing with our desires. So I don't know if this project would have taken a little bit more time to manifest. Probably we would have gone much more vast, much more wider, much more bigger than what we finally able to accomplish, and still working to accomplish and complete this project properly. So the Brahmotsava celebration to their Lordship, generally we don't perform Abhishek because they are wooden deities, Neem Murtis. So our Abhishek to their Lordship, our bathing ceremonies through meditation, through the Parama Karuna Bhajan and Kirtan, and envisioning when we would have installed them, of course we would have bathed them, we would have performed Abhishek. And since this morning, there would have been huge offerings of sweets and fruits and boga offering throughout the day, which will continue to happen. But it is a celebration more or less to reconnect our promises, remember, and reconnect to our promises that we all would have made when we brought them and when we installed them. And also to look forward to increase in their services day by day, week after week, months after month, years after years. So my humble request to all the devotees and congregational members, well-wishers, business colleagues, friends, visiting devotees, let us take heart and soul that their Lordship, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, they are the driving force in our lives. And let us try as much as possible to see how do we increase in our services to their Lordship in whatever little way we can help, whatever little way we can assist, or we can take the opportunity. These days when we use the word help or assist, it sounds like we're doing, the person who are receiving, hearing that, it sounds like we're doing someone a favor. But when we say savor, when we say service, it's different. We're getting an opportunity, or we're taking the opportunity to engage in the savor, engage in the service to their Lordships. So we wish you a happy and wonderful 16th anniversary celebration, installation anniversary celebration to their Lordship. We have quite a bit in store for you. Generally, this festival goes a couple days, but more than a few days. This time we are doing it this afternoon and tomorrow morning. So to compress everything within a short time will be a scene, a task for the MCs. So let's see what will happen, how much we will. But I will beg of each and every one of you who are around and about, don't miss the presentations of 4 wonderful, amazing devotees who we have in our association here, who we are very fortunate and most fortunate to have in our association here. His Grace Vicharu Prabhu, His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu, Her Grace Bakula Mataji, and Her Grace Aruda Mataji. Their presentation and their encouragement and inspiration will be quite something for us here this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhupada Prabhu, for giving us a glimpse of what would have occurred at the installation on 25th of January 2009, what would have occurred, and also after that installation anniversary, how their Lordships would have journeyed on several days of Padayatra. Hopefully, during the course of the program, a little later down, we'll be able to have some flashes of memories of pictures that were taken for those festivals, and we'll be able to have a more and more of their Lordships' appearance here, and receiving, accepting our services over so many years. So just a quick announcement, this mobile phone was found by the washing area, by the sink downstairs. If someone is missing, you'll collect from me. So moving on, we would like to, as Prabhupada Prabhu mentioned, we'll be hearing from some special guests. And first of all, we'd like to welcome and invite His Grace Vicharu Prabhu, who have been here with us for the past month. And Vicharu Prabhu is, I'll just briefly introduce Prabhuji. He's a disciple of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and he has been serving through the ISKCON Harinam Ruchi party for many years. He has traveled over 100 countries, distributing the holy names, distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. And also here in Guyana, he has done no different. Almost every day going on Harinams, home programs, attending full morning program. And to let you know also, Prabhu he has authored several books, and he has continuously been working to produce others as well. So let us all welcome Vicharu Prabhu. Loudly together. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I will start with this. Prithvi ache yata nagaradi grama sarvatra prachar hoibe moranam. If you see outside of this building, there is coconut, papaya, mango, jackfruit, and that's why Lord Chaitanya danced in Mayapur. So this is not different than Mayapur. I don't take Guyana as different than Mayapur. So when I go to Mayapur, I have a very bad habit of sense enjoyment. When I see the coconut they're selling. So I got the mood from so many years, in 2000, that when I went to Mayapur, I felt like I just want to dance in this rice field, and that's the way Lord Chaitanya. One time I was traveling from Calcutta to Mayapur. I don't know what bhakti I have, but I felt Lord Chaitanya and whole Panchtattva from Mayapur and from Calcutta, they're moving with the car which we were going. They're coming to Mayapur. And that's the same mood I felt here. So when I came last time with Sandipani, he didn't know, but I thought that, how can I hide in one of this room here in the building and do writing and go out every day in the marketplace and do Harinam? And this happened. I didn't know. I just desired, and it happened this month. And now we got chances to come and do it. So Nitai Gaurachandra, Parama Karuna Nitai Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana Nitai Gaurachandra Sabayavatara Sarasiro Mani Kevalaya Kanda. So here you go. Our dancer is here, both of dancers. So we save them, all of us, and we are saving, and such a nice, beautiful atmosphere here. There is 365 days, no winter, nothing. So going out, distributing the glories of the holy name and glorifying Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, and more uplands of bhakti, devotees, and everything Gaurnitai will bring here. I mean, it's an exuberant ecstasy just to be in this with the power and potency of these deities. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Dance and sing.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Vicharu Prabhu. Short and sweet. Always so enthusiastic to chant, to do Harinams, and all for the pleasure of their lordships. So this time, I would like to, we are honored this afternoon to have Her Grace Aruda Mataji, Her Grace Bakula Mataji, and many other special guests. So Prabhupada Prabhu was mentioned in 2009 that His Grace Bhutadi Prabhu was here as part of the installation ceremony, correct? So today on their Lordship's 16th anniversary, we are blessed with the presence of our Grace Bakula Mataji, the sister-in-law of His Grace Bhutadi Prabhu. For us in ISKCON Guyana, I always heard devotees say that Bhutadi Prabhu is the father of ISKCON Guyana. So we'd like to invite our Grace Bakula Mataji. Oh, wow. She's part of that team as well. So I'm informed that Mataji has been like one of the pioneers of Krishna consciousness in Guyana, way back in the late 70s, 80s. And she has continuously been preaching, serving Srila Prabhupada in many different ways. She and her good husband, they are based in New York City. And last year, we were very blessed with their association here in Guyana for about 2 to 3 weeks. And it was very inspiring to hear from Mataji, her classes, and the inspiration, her drive, this missionary spirit. Like we always find and talk about how these days in ISKCON, this is lacking, this is missing. But when we hear from persons like our Grace Bakula Mataji, we feel very inspired in that way too. We ourselves commit more and more in the process. So we'd like to invite Mataji to share her thoughts as we observe this occasion of their Lordship's 16th installation anniversary. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to say a few words. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear devotees, friends, well-wishers, I extend a warm welcome to you all and thank you for sincerely coming to celebrate the most auspicious installation anniversary of their Lordships, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. Their Lordships have so kindly appeared here in this temple to give everyone an opportunity to serve them and to make their lives perfect. But because we are not aware of the process, the devotees of the Lord, headed by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami and his devotees, are providing an example and an opportunity by maintaining this temple here. I therefore kindly plead with you that you continue to generously support this mission. So I have a short story I want to share with you. Once in the 1970s to 80s, we have a community in the United States called New Vrindavan in West Virginia. And there was a very interesting incident that took place there. The devotees were being attacked, and they were being attacked by a gang of these motorcyclists. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen them on TV. And there was like at least 100 of them that came to the community in West Virginia. So when they came there, what they did, they were attacking the devotees, and they put them all to lay down and about to kill them. And so the deities of Sri Sri Karuna Nitai were there. And so while this is happening, there was a loud sound. And that sound came from the deities falling. When these gang members heard that sound, they all left, and the devotees were saved. The devotees were saved from that dilemma. So, this is a true story. There is nothing made up here. I probably left out a lot of details, but this is a true story. Also, when a great devotee by the name of Haridas Thakur would go out to preach in the marketplace, asking people to chant the holy names, when doing so, he was beaten with a cane 22 times in the marketplace. So, at the end of the day, the devotees will report to the Lord how the day's preaching activities went. So it is important for us to also know that Haridas was born in a Mohammedan home and became a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. So when Haridas was explaining to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they noticed that the cane marks that he received in the marketplaces were all on the back of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Haridas did not feel very good about that. He felt very bad about that. And so, anyway, he saw that those marks were there. And Arjuna also was asked by Lord Sri Krishna that declare it boldly to the world that my devotees will never perish. So the Lord is within our hearts, and he accompanies a living entity in all forms of life, even the worm and stool. But the problem is we cannot see him there. Therefore, the Lord manifests himself in the form of a deity, like here. And so he can accept the service of the devotees. The forms of the Lord are not statues or idols. These are manifestations of the Lord according to the scriptures. According to the scriptures, specific guidelines are provided how to carve the forms of the Lord. Then, in our temples, the Lord is invited to be worshipped by the devotees, and then there are specific rules to worship the Lord the way he wants. So today we are celebrating the anniversary celebration for their lordships, Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. So I kindly ask you to wholeheartedly celebrate with us the worship of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord loves his children, and this incarnation of the Lord in the form of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are known as the most merciful incarnation. In other incarnations, the Lord demanded several conditions to be met, but in this, for all he's asking is to chant these holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is all. And you can become self-realized. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji, for so wonderfully sharing with us. And as you are reading, I would like to pick on the point you were mentioning, how the deities are there for accepting our services, so that we all can have direct relationship, direct exchange with their lordships. So for this, we should all be very, very grateful that the Lord has made himself, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, has made themselves so accessible to us in this age of Kali Yuga, that we can serve in so many wonderful capacities for our own purification. So at this point in time, thank you again, Mataji. We would like to invite His Grace Navadvip Prabhu. Navadvip Prabhu is currently the temple president of our ISKCON New Kulinagram Mandir, that's in Borbis. And he he's born in the movement, actually in Krishna consciousness, and now he has taken up very, very important service of administration of leadership in our community here in Guyana. So also he is serving currently as part of our ISKCON of Guyana National Council, National Board. So we'd like to invite him to lead us in a few minutes of Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Let us put our hands together for Navri Prabhu and the other Prabhus for so leading us in such meditative, wonderful chant of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Next, we would like to invite one of our special guests for this evening's celebration program. His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu. He's one of the sons, the young son of Her Grace Aruda Mataji. So I'll just like to briefly read a bio of Prabhuji. His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu holds the Joe Dunham Distinguished Professorship in Ethics from Aurora University. He is the author of the book Maya in the Bhagavad Purana and Divine Play, published by the Oxford University Press. And Prabhuji serves as the editor for the Journal of Hindu Christian Studies. Gopal Hari Prabhu has been serving as a member of ISKCON's Shastrik Advisory Council. He completed his Doctor of Philosophy in Religious Studies from the University of Oxford in the UK. And Prabhu is a second generation devotee of our community, our ISKCON worldwide community. And I understand that currently also he leads a wonderful dynamic Bhakti Vriksha program in Naperville, where he resides with his family. Prabhu is also an initiated disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So we're very, very happy and fortunate to welcome His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu to share with us this evening. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanam Timrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadammayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. It's very nice to be here. Such a wonderful community and like a like a shining gem in Guyana. Such a beautiful temple, and like Prabhu said, reminds us of Mayapur with the palm trees and jackfruit trees. And so wonderful it is that Parama Karuna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda are here in this place. And who would think, but their mercy has spread here all the way to Guyana. Today's topic is Brahmotsava, the appreciation, the glorification of the deity, Lord. And want to thank the devotees for inviting us, for asking us to speak, and beg for your inspiration so we can speak something meaningful on this. One thing that just want to start with, Prabhu mentioned my spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who recently passed away. And he, during his physical, he was so attached to worshiping the deities. He was the GBC looking after over 200 temples at any city of the BBT, was overseeing the distribution of millions of books in India. He was traveling non-stop, would stay 24 hours in one place, especially when he was a little younger, like before the last 3 or 4 years of his. He would spend 24 hours, pack up the next place and the next place. Yet life or death, whatever meetings there are, GBC meetings, this meeting, that meeting, one thing that never changed in his life was his 2 hours full of worship of his own personal deities. He had over 250 Shaligram Shilas. He had his own Neem Gaur Nitai deities, his Nrsingadev deity, his Prabhupada deity, and Jagannath Baladev Swadra deity. And every time a new deity would come, he'd feel so happy. Like, oh, Krishna's now come in this way. And the whole entourage would keep expanding and the bags would keep expanding, but every place he would go, and he wouldn't eat until he did his worship. So sometimes the first time he would eat was 3 or 4 o'clock in the day. Often was the case. That's when he would eat first time, in the day. So many things in his life were never changed. His chanting, so he would do his own personal deity worship for 2 hours, and then, because that wasn't enough, he would come on the altar of whichever temple he was and do worship the deity on that altar. So in every temple, he was known, we will be there for Mangal Arati doing the worship, evening Arati doing the worship. And there's one short clip you can see online, a YouTube clip, where Maharaj is sound asleep. And we saw this often. It was not once in a while. I saw this personally with my own eyes, one time, a few times serving him, that in his deep sleep, he's fully asleep, and his hand is going like this. He's doing the chamar in his deep sleep, and his hand is going like this. And then one time when he was sleeping, I saw him go like this. And I was thinking, I've seen Maharaj do this. When does he do this? And he does this to his Gaur Nitai deities. Because they're neem, you don't bathe them, so he would wipe them, in his mind. Deity worship was done by the Goswamis of Vrindavan. Deity worship was established by Srila Prabhupada. Our great saints and sages who are walking this planet are also showing us that how, along with the chanting of the holy name of Krishna, which is first and foremost, the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books, which was his life and soul, the worship of the deity is so important. And here in the Nectar of Devotion, in chapter 13, Srila Prabhupada writes, regarding worship of the form of the Lord or deity, Rupa Goswami has written the following verse, quote, my dear friend, if you still have any desire to enjoy the company of your friends within this material world, then don't look upon the form of Krishna, who is standing in the bank of Keshi Ghat, a bathing place in Vrindavan. He is known as Govinda, and his eyes are very enchanting. He is playing upon his flute, and on his head there is a peacock feather, and his whole body is illuminated by the moonlight in the sky. Unquote. Prabhupada says, the purport of this verse is that if someone becomes attached to the Sri Murti or deity of Krishna by worshipping at home, then he will forget his relationships of so-called friendship, love, and society. This is the duty of every householder, to install deities of the Lord at home and to begin the process of worshipping along with all of his family members. This will save everyone from such unwanted activities as going to clubs, cinemas, and dancing parties, and smoking and drinking, etc. All such nonsense will be forgotten if one stresses the worship of the deities at home. Right? So Prabhupada here is saying how if we worship the deity of Krishna, we make Krishna our life and soul, and the deity we worship, we will never feel alone, we will never lack friendship, love, and society, and Krishna will become our dearest friend. And I was just hearing this morning in a class that our primary deities are the deities in our local temple. Right? They're actually not our deities at home. Our primary deities are deities at the temple. Because the temple deities, Prabhupada said, I heard this from the mouth of Mother Malati, are millions of times more powerful than our home deities. Because so many devotees are worshiping them, they're installed, they're worshipped. So our worship at home is worship to the deity in the temple, and our worship in the deity in the temple is our worship at home. Right? They're non-different. Krishna's one. So Prabhupada said that when we are serving at home means also serving the local deities. Serving the local deities means serving at home. So we're all very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada established these places of pilgrimage where we have the deities and we can serve them. And this has to be inculcated in our life, in our families, in our society. Because especially in Kali Yuga, when there's so much, there's a big cinema hall right there, right? Prabhu was telling me, big movie theater. When we have all of this dance halls, movie theaters, Prabhupada in the Krishna book it says, or another place in the Nectar Devotion, he says, naked dance parties. He specifies that by worshipping the deity, you will have no attraction for any naked dance parties. So in this Kali Yuga, everyone is naked, everyone, the society has become so fallen. How do we counteract it? We need spiritual form, Krishna's spiritual form. That is the only way. Otherwise, this is not Satyug. Ajamil, in his time, fell down. What to speak of us? This is the way. So one more verse I want to read. This is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Actually, these are two verses connected. This is Madhya Lila 596. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat vrajendra nandana vipralagi kara tumi akarya karana. My dear Lord, this is Lord Nityananda speaking to Lord Chaitanya. You are not a statue. He's looking at the Gopal deity in Vrindavan at that time. You are directly the son of Maharaj Nanda. Now, for the sake of the old Brahmana, you can do something you have never done before. So the verse here says, Pratima nahi tumi sakshat vrajendra nandan. It's saying Pratima means like a mirror, like a image. You are not a Pratima, an image. You are Sakshat, who? Maybe Vishnu, Narayan, no, Vrajendra Nandana. It's saying the deity is non-different than Krishna. Sakshat Vrajendra Nandana. So this is the story of Sakshi Gopal that is being related by Lord Nityananda to Lord Chaitanya. And in that beautiful pastime, the young Brahmana is speaking to the deity, and he's telling the deity that you must come with me to bear witness to the promise that the old Brahmana gave. That is that he will give his daughter in marriage to me. Imagine he's going for his wife there. But Krishna is so loving, so kind, that he is speaking to the Brahmana. Now Krishna tells him that I've never heard of a deity walking. There's no deity that ever walks. How can you ask me to do this? And what does the Brahmana reply to this? The devotee outsmarts the Lord. What does he say? And you know? Yes. My Lord, if you can talk, then you can walk. Right? And that's the thing. We always see the deity does miracles. Prabhu mentioned, some first hand, we were in the Naperville temple, and this is before they built the big temple. They just had small Radha Madhav deities, no big deity worship. But one day, the pujari, she was a devotee who lived outside, and she was coming and serving. So one day in the morning, she was doing the Shingar service, of the deity, dressing them, and then Shingar Arati. And so she needed to leave early. And so, no one else was there. So she just decided that I'm going to do Shingar Arati 15 minutes early and go. It's 6:45. It's supposed to open at 7, but she had to get to some place, some appointment. So she says, I'm just going to do it and go. So she, blows the conch at 6:45. And some of us in the audience were thinking like, what's happening? I mean, you can't just change the schedule of the deity worship or anything. But anyway, it's a tough day for her. She said, I'm going to open. So she blew the conch shell, the Govindam prayers were started, and then she went there to open the curtains. And when she went to open the curtain got stuck. The curtain got stuck. Never gotten stuck in the past, never got stuck in the future. Never. It's a simple curtain. And so she's there, and she's trying to pull on this curtain. She can't open the curtain. It got stuck. Then some other devotee comes, and he's working there, and 2 or 3 devotees on there, get stuck somewhere. And you won't believe it, at exactly 7 o'clock, it unhooked, and the curtains opened. It was like Krishna said, I'm here. You were trying to cut corners with me, but I'm right here, and my Shingar Arati will have it happen at 7 o'clock at the right time. So we are not so exalted that Krishna talks or walks to us directly, but he speaks to us through his words. And therefore this verse here is saying, Lord Nityananda is saying, Sakshat Brajendra Nandan, you are Krishna standing here. Like Prabhupada said, unfortunately, we don't have the eyes to see. But if we had the eyes to see, we would see that Krishna is there. And so I will stop here. This is, I think, already more than my time. We must have these eyes to see Krishna. Krishna is the most beautiful, like Rupa Goswami was saying. It said that when Krishna comes and performs his pastimes, he performs his Rasa Leela, then even the demigods are watching him. Right? As he's doing his Rasa Leela, Indra, Varuna, all these demigods are watching his Rasa Leela. Yet, we say that the demigods are mixed devotees of the Lord. Right? Because even though they're watching the Rasa Leela, they still have material desires in their heart. Still, they don't get fully purified. And one time I asked, that time Romapad Maharaj was speaking in Naperville, I said, how is it possible they're seeing Krishna's Rasa Leela, yet they don't get pure love for Krishna? And he said, yes, that's because of material attachment. Right? The heart is not purified. You can see Krishna, but you won't see him, you'll see a deity. Right? On the other hand, Dhruva Maharaj, he worshipped the Lord so intensely, and when he saw Krishna, then his heart was fully purified, and tears were coming down his eyes. Right? Why? Because he was practicing. And he had the salve of love. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochan. His eyes had the salve of love. So the same thing is with us, right? Parama Karuna, Lord Chaitanya, Gaur Nitai are here. Those who have the love, who have the faith that they are here, they will see him here. But if we think that they're a statue and we don't think that the Lord is here, then we will see a deity. Even they will do their pastimes in front of us, but we will not see it. We will see a deity. Parama Karuna, Lord Chaitanya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much, Gopal Hari Prabhu, for reminding us of the importance of the deities, this Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. And you also mentioned of the staunch worship that His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj used to perform on a daily basis, spending hours and hours, serving his own Shilas, Gaur Nitai, and also, going whichever temple Maharaj was present, going on the altar at such an elderly age and, waving the ghee lamps and directly serving their lordships. And thank you also for sharing this wonderful verse from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, spoken by Sri Nityananda Prabhu. It's very, very inspiring and adds to the occasion here. So we'll be having a very special bhajan be chanted now, a bhajan that glorifies their lordship, Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. The bhajan, we would like to kindly request Vishaka Mataji to lead us in the chanting. The bhajan, it's Parama Karuna Nitai Nitai Gaurachandra. And this bhajan, for us, we always refer to this bhajan as a theme song of their lordships. Because here we see and we understand the extreme mercy, their patita pavana, their merciful glances are so heartwarming that to attract all of us. So the bhajan, the lyrics will be projected on screen so that we can all follow in chorusing together. Hare Krishna. So we'd like to also acknowledge all our online viewers, devotees, participants who are joining us for the last hour and a half or so. We do hope you're also feeling the same way as we all here who are physically present. And we also pray that we receive the full blessings, mercy, and shelter of the lordships.
Hare Krishna. Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. Parama Karuna Pahudoe Jana Nitai Gaurachandra. Sabavatara Sarasiromani Kevalananda Kanda. Baja Baja Ban Chaitanya Nitai Sudhira Viswasa Kore. Vishaya Chariya Sirase Majaya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Dekore ban Tribhuvane nae mana doyala data. Pasupaki jure pasana vedare suni jara gunagata. Sansare majya rohile poriya se pare nahi lo asa. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra,
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra.
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra,
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra, Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaurachandra.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Translation, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda with firm faith and conviction. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant, Hare Krishna, Hari Hari. Everybody loudly, Hare Krishna, Hari Hari. Without any motive. My dear brother, just try to examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and beasts cry and stones melt. But Lochan Das regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this movement.
Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki jai, Sri Lochan Das Thakur ki jai. So I'd like to thank Her Grace Vishaka Mataji for so nicely singing this bhajan, which glorifies and establishes the unlimited mercy, excuse me, the unlimited mercy of their lordships, and so nicely composed by Sri Lochan Das Thakur that more and more can increase our own meditation of the kindness of the mercy of their lordships. So at this time, we would like to, in this evening, we are most fortunate, happy to welcome Her Grace Aruda Mataji. Haribo! So briefly, before we hear from Mataji this evening, Her Grace Aruda Mataji began practicing Krishna consciousness in Chicago in the early 1980s and started the ISKCON temple in Boise, USA. In 1986, as a small weekly program in their home. Now, over 30 years after, a beautiful Vedic temple for Sri Sri Radha Banki Bihari has manifested. Her Grace Mataji and her husband, His Grace Anantarupa Prabhu, homeschool their two sons, now in our ISKCON world, known as Radhika Raman Prabhu and Gopal Hari Prabhu here, who we just heard from. They were homeschooled using a curriculum based on Srila Prabhupada's books. And at the same time, Mataji and her husband also run the ISKCON Govinda's restaurant in Boise for 6 years continuously. Aruda Mataji has been traveling around the world, offering seminars on Krishna conscious parenting, as well as workshops on how to teach Srimad Bhagavatam to children. She is the author of the book Homeschooling Krishna's Children and the compiler of children's study guides for Srimad Bhagavatam. So, to give an insight of Mataji and in terms of her homeschooling her two sons, I would like to take you back to one Bhakta Godhead magazine in the 1990s. So in the 1990s, from around, let's say, 94 to 97, 98, those years, a 15-year-old boy by the name of Ravi Gupta used to write articles for ISKCON. This is international edition of ISKCON Bhakta Godhead magazine. So there was, we're hoping if Hari Kirtan can get it on the screen. In the 1997 Bhakta Godhead magazine, those magazines are available online, you can see that there were different articles. Here you see, Nowhere to Hide by Ravi Gupta. And if you scroll along at the end of the article, this is just a young teenager who was attending university at that time. So Ravi Gupta Prabhu, who is now, you see, Ravi Gupta, age 15, lives at the Hare Krishna Center in Boise, Idaho, USA. The center is run by his parents, who is no other than Mataji Aruda and her husband. Ravi, who was schooled at home, is a third-year student at Boise State University. Now you can see the caliber of these sons of Mataji that we are most fortunate today that, His Grace Radhika Raman Prabhu, His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu, they have become such valuable treasures or, so important in our ISKCON society. So in this mood, we are very, very grateful to Aruda Mataji, and we would like to welcome Mataji this evening to offer her blessings and, to also glorify their lordships, Sri Sri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for a very, very extra generous introduction. I'll keep it very short because I know it's getting very late. But I wanted to talk about the importance of, very briefly, the importance of deity worship for us and for also for our children. And one particular quote that I really like is by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his book Jayavadharma, chapter 11. And he says, those religions that have no provision for deity worship face the danger that those children born into the religion and those just beginning spiritual life, both of whom may have little or no understanding of or deep faith in the Godhead, may become overly materialistic and even develop aversion towards the Supreme Lord as a result of the absence of a deity form on which to fix their minds. Therefore, deity worship is the foundation of religion for general humanity. What a powerful verse, isn't it? It just really stuns you. It kind of says it all, pretty much. It says it all. Because, and you can see in the world today, most of the religions don't accept form of the Lord. That's the, paradox of it, right? You name it Islam or Judaism or, Christianity. I mean, most of them don't accept. They say that God has no form. Only the Vedic concept of God is so personal. We believe that God has a form, he has qualities, he does pastimes, and therefore we can have a relationship with him, right? And that's very important to develop love of God. Yeah. So, especially, of course, not only for children, but also for adults, if we go through life without doing deity worship, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, it's going to be very hard to actually see God in a personal way, isn't it? The tendency, now you see the society has become so impersonal. Everything is so impersonal, from social media to anything, and especially since COVID has become worse, right? Everybody's on Zoom, right? So anyway, this becomes, so when we don't, as children, when they don't grow up understanding the Lord's form and worshiping the Lord, then what happens is they actually, later on in their life, it's very difficult for them to accept Krishna as a person. Very difficult. You have to work really hard. And I know I live in America, and when Westerners come first, and they start becoming a devotee, the hardest part is when you take them to the altar. It's really difficult for them to accept that, but they finally do, but it's very difficult. Why? Because they never grew up with worshiping the deity. So therefore it becomes very difficult later on to accept that. But if you introduce it early on, then just like children, they are so personal by nature, right? They, when they play with dolls, do they think they are dolls? We may think they are dolls, but how do they see the dolls? They feed them, they put them to rest, they treat them just like children, right? As persons. So in the same way, when we take care of deities, and our children take care of deities, then they see them very personally. And I experienced that in my own life when my children were growing up. And they were 3 and 5, and they had like 4-inch Gaur Nitai deities, really tiny, And they were bathing them and dressing them, and then we'd put them back on the altar, and then offer food, and then arati. It would sometimes take 2 to 3 hours, But I was noticing how absorbed they were. Of course, they tested my patience many times, dropping water and this and that. But that's natural, right? And what absorbed they were, right, in doing that. So this is what deity worship does. It actually, you can relate with God. It's a wonderful way. It's a very natural way of evoking love of God, which then one doesn't have to work so hard. It's just natural for them. So in this way, I encourage everyone here as householders, whether you're householders or you're raising children, to please consider that. even though the process for this age is chanting of the holy name, but these two are a great combination. Just think about it. The Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is saying, "O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service." And how do you engage in the service? By doing daily worship. We are praying for that. We are asking the Lord to engage in His service. And how do we engage? Is by doing seva. That's why seva is so important, right? However, along with that, we have to feed the intelligence. Like even with children, you have to feed, you have to read Shastras, because then that conviction comes. The intelligence is fed. So we don't have any kind of funny ideas about, of course, for children, they can become sahajyas, it's impossible. But for adults, if we just do these things and we don't read Shastras, then we could end up seeing Krishna in an ordinary way that you see in India sometimes, right? In the movies, right? So all these things are super important, And I've seen many, many children being raised like that, not just my children. And I see today, they're very, very personal. And when you become very personal with God, and children, if you raise them like that, worshiping deities and doing all that, they actually see God as a person, and they keep reminding you whether you've offered your food. And they actually say, "Oh, Krishna is hot today. Should we put on a fan? Should we, should we feed? Is it time to?" And they remind you, did you forget to offer? So personal, right? So it's very nice, and it does the same thing that our Krishna consciousness also develops. And actually, Prabhupada talks about his childhood, when his father would give him a couple of forms. He said, "My father gave me a couple of forms of Radha Krishna, not a forms of Radha Krishna, and these were my childhood deities of play." And I thought about that. I was thinking, childhood deities of play, what does that mean? It means that for children, we need to divert. They love to play, and it's very creative. It's very important that they play, right? But then Prabhupada suggested that why don't they play with deities? In other words, why don't they serve deities? But of course, there's boundaries. So both things go together. And how do you teach them boundaries? By reminding them, "Oh, you're offering this food. Did you wash your hands?" Reminding them that, look, you're not at the level of the cowherd boys, that when they put their food in Krishna's mouth, right? Or Krishna. No, there's boundaries. So like that, we can help them. And what it does to us, when you see your children, become so personal to God, your own Krishna consciousness, And Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam, he names pretty much all the acharyas. Parikshit Maharaj, Uddhava, Mirabai, how they grew up, how they grew up playing with dolls. Every one of them. I know one girl in Boise, little girl, she was only like 5 years old, and she had Krishna and Balaram dolls. And believe me, she spent hours decorating them, and she would come to the bigger temple and watch. Oh, see, today Krishna got this, and then she would beg a turban cloth or something like that. She'd go and do it, and then she'd do the whole process of Shingara Arati and all that. So Prabhupada said, he said, children, she compared children to materialists, how much they waste time. So in other words, we don't have to have the children waste their time. Instead, we can engage them in some, play. However, it should, like I said, it has to be supervised. I was, always there with my children to watch them. And of course, those things have to be taken care of, okay? I have so much more to give, but time is of the essence. Thank you all for inviting me here. Beautiful bhajan. I was thinking that, where does the family talent come from of singing? It's got to be her. It's so beautiful what she sang. Thank you all for inviting me. Beautiful temple. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So very grateful to Our Grace Arda Mataji, to first of all, to so nicely accepting our invitation here to ISKCON Guyana. And Mataji was using, very, examples from his own.
Sajisuta Prabhu is saying for us to invite her, really and truly not we invited her, it's Dira Mataji from Trinidad. She have some amazing inspiration that she wants to homeschool her child or children, Mataji, her child. Aruda Mataji, Dira Mataji in Trinidad. What she have? She have children or she have? Two, so she have children. So Dira Mataji is the one who actually inspired this whole thing. I was showing Mataji this morning that when we were celebrating Srila Prabhupada 125th anniversary, of course I have been following Ravi Gupta from since day one when he started right back to Godhead magazine. I was in the ashram as a brahmachari then. But 2021, when we were celebrating the 125th anniversary for Srila Prabhupada, that I had tried to make contact with Radhikaraman Prabhu to invite him to come to Guyana. We were having the president and so many dignitaries who was going to be here or at least come online. But we never made it, but Dira Mataji is the one who really and truly made it possible, and we want to express our gratitude to her. Hopeful that she is online in Trinidad, and she considers herself half Guyanese and half Trinidadian. So thank you very much, Dira Mataji, and I lovingly call her the triple B lady. Sorry, the triple D. D. Dira Devi Dasi. It was triple D. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada Prabhu, for mentioning that. So, Mataji, we are thankful and we are touched by your message, referring to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Jaiva Dharma. And I was saying that you are using examples from nurturing and growing your own children, and to see how they were so enthused, that they were so connected to the deities at such a young age. I think that should be an inspiration for all of us, who are currently nurturing and caring for our children, and also in the future for those of us who will assume those services. And we just like to let you know that we can't wait for your seminar, which is upcoming on Monday and Tuesday evening right here at the Hare Krishna Study Center. Her Grace Aruna Mataji will be offering a special seminar on the art of Krishna conscious parenting. And I believe also we have circulated the Zoom link for devotees. Okay. So we'll be continuing. We have a short few minutes before evening Gaura Artik. And at this point in time, we would like to invite few devotees here from our center. Yes, so I was going to say that we'll be hearing some short presentations, more like greetings, words of gratitude from the devotees here who have been engaged in serving their lordships, Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, over the years. But in the interest of time, we'll take that after the Artik. But at this time, we'd like to invite His Grace Mahaprabhu Prabhu. Mahaprabhu Prabhu is currently serving as the temple president of our ISKCON Shri Gaur Nitai Ashirvad Mandir. That's our temple in Crane on the west coast. So we'd like to invite Prabhu to share a few thoughts. And also, he is currently he's a business entrepreneur. Currently running the P. Ramroop's trading the business here on the East Coast. So over to Prabhuji as we hear some glorification and thoughts from him on today's occasion.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki. Dear esteemed devotees and guests, on this most
auspicious occasion of Sri Brahmotsava, the devotees of Shri Shri Karuna Nitai Ashirvad Mandir would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the management and devotees of the Hare Krishna Study Center for making such a wonderful arrangement to observe this event. It is with immense joy and gratitude that we gather today to celebrate the 16th anniversary of the installation of, 16 years ago, we were blessed with the divine appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu, filling the hearts with love, devotion, and spiritual upliftment. By their presence, this temple has become a beacon of light in this community and has served as a sanctuary for countless souls seeking solace, guidance, and a deeper connection with our Lord. It has become a place of learning where we have imbibed the profound teachings of Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, fostering wisdom, compassion, and a deeper understanding of our true selves. Over the past 16 years, we have all witnessed the transformative power of devotion. We have seen lives touched, hearts healed, and communities strengthened through the blessings of Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. This temple has not only been a place of worship, but also a center for social service, extending a helping hand to those in need and fostering the spirit of selfless service within our community. Today, as we celebrate this momentous occasion, let us renew our commitment to the ideals that this temple represents. Let us strive to cultivate within ourselves the qualities of love, compassion, and humility and service. Let us strive to live our lives in accordance with the divine teachings, spreading joy, harmony, and peace wherever we go. May the blessings of Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra continue to shower upon us abundantly. May this temple continue to be a source of inspiration and guidance for generations to come. And may all the devotees serving this beautiful temple and their lives go back to the kingdom of God. And of course, the chief servitor at this temple is no other than His Grace, Prabhupada Dev Prabhu. He has been the inspiration, the backbone, the foundation, and every other wonderful descriptive term we can find. He has been the person from day one, giving his life, and I don't want to say his soul, but his everything, to make and to give this Lord a home. For those of you who will know, many years back, this was a bottom house operation, if we can say that in Guyana. It was an old building, very, very old building. And first, when he told me about his ideas and his plans, and I passed, I saw the place also. It was a far stretch, to put it mildly. And of course, the cost was a little bit on the high side. But he had a vision, he had a plan. I'm sure he wanted to get close to the University of Guyana. And that is what would have inspired, I guess, the name Hare Krishna Study Center. Because he didn't just want it to be a regular temple, a mandir, but he wanted to be a place of learning. And if you look at the 7 purposes of ISKCON, out of the 7, Srila Prabhupada would have listed 4 of them, at least 4 of them. You can interpret more also. 4 of them as institutions of learning and knowledge. So I have to give credit. We all have to give credit. Many times it is said we give credit to the Devatas, to the previous acharyas, to all the senior Vaishnavas and like that. But it's so important to give credit to the persons who are serving today, for the persons who are giving their life to make this a reality. Anyone that is in management knows it's nothing easy. Srila Prabhupada himself would have said it's a thankless task. And I have seen the dedication of this person. I've known him for many years. In the beginning of my Krishna consciousness, I've known him for many years. He would have been very instrumental, played a very instrumental role in my life and the lives of so many, many, many persons. And now he's leading the society in Guyana. He's leading it with so much dedication and so much strength. You know, at any time of the day, or I can say even in the night, you can get him. He always will answer his phone or he returns call. And despite whatever program, 2 programs, let's have a meeting tonight. So that is the kind of personality that we have here among us, who's leading this project. And no words, or no how much we try to, we're glorifying the Lord today, but I know the Lord is always pleased when the devotees are glorified. So I can go on and on and on and on, but thank you very much. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this evening among all of you wonderful souls. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mahaprabhu, for being with us this evening. And for your information also, Mahaprabhu is currently and has been serving our ISKCON Guyana National Board for maybe over 5 years now. And 10 years, over 10 years. The time does go by so quickly. Sometimes we don't realize. But Prabhu, we are very grateful for your message on behalf of Shri Karuna Nitai Mandir and also all the devotees there. And we're very thankful for acknowledging our president, our town president, His Grace Prabhupada Prabhu. So an extended invitation for each and every one of you. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. at our Shri Karuna Nitai Mandir, Her Grace Aruda Mataji and her son Gopal Hari Prabhu will be there at Shri Karuna Nitai Ashirvad Mandir for the Sunday Feast program that starts at 2. So they will be here tomorrow morning for the Sunday Feast at 10 and then travel to Korean Temple for the program there. So thank you to all those who made presentations and who has participated so far. So before we go for Artik to their lordships, just to let you know, after the Artik, we will just have a few short presentations from the devotees, a few of the devotees here. And also from our local board, temple board, a few devotees will give some brief outlines of the projections, the plans ISKCON Hare Krishna Study Center has for this year, 2025. So over, we can all please stand, come forward for Artik.
So we enter a little treat, or a special treat for the Arti Kirtan also. So please, we humbly request each and every one of you, wherever you are, you don't want to be anywhere else, you don't want to miss this opportunity. His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu will be leading the Kirtan, and the rest will speak for itself. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. So you can have the Ki Bajayo Gaura Artik Bhajan on the screen, please. Conchel. So please don't remove the chairs. Maybe the front set of chairs if you want to remove. Otherwise, everyone can come forward as much as possible. And Matajis want to come in front of the stage here like that, you're free, no problem. There's no barrier there. Hare Krishna. Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Ke. Most merciful Lordship, Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Ke.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gaurachandra Arati ke shobha Janavi tatavane Jagamanalabha Dakhini Tai Chan Bamigadadhara Nikate Advaita Shri Vasa Chatradhara Vase Ache Gaurachandra Ratna Singhasane Gauranga Arati Kore na Brahma Adi Devagane Nara Hare Adi Kore Shamara Dulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadigaya Sankha Baje Gandha Baje baje karatala. Madhura mridanga baje Parama Rasala. Shankha baje, Ghanta baje, Madhur 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 baje. Shankha baje, Ghanta baje, Madhur 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 baje. Baje, Ganta baje, Madhur 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 baje. 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 Vadanayudvala Gala deshe banala Shiva Shukha Narada Trimegada Gada Bhakati Vinodade Gaurara Sampada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vreda Nityananda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gauranga Nityananda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Nitai Gaurachandra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaurachandra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Karuna Nitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Jaya Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Jaya Karuna Nitai. Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Karuna Nitai, Patita Pavana Karuna Nitai. Jaya Patita Pavana Karuna Nitai, Patita Pavana Karuna Nitai. Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Jaya Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Jaya Karuna Nitai. Jaya Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Karuna Nitai, Jaya Karuna Nitai. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hariba, Hariba, Haribo, Gaura Hariba.
Jai Vishnupada Paramhams Parivara Jagacharya Stotra Shatsism Divine Grace Abhay Charana Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Sansthapak Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Guru Vrinda Ki Jai Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Braj Bhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Naudip Dham Ki Jai Dwarkapuri Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Shama Ved Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Ki Jai 16th year festival Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to Samal devotees, all glories to Samal devotees, all glories to Samal, all glories to Guru and Gauranga Gaura Premanandi.
Namaste Narashringaya Namaste Narashringaya Prahlada Ladadayine Hiranya Kashipur Vakshaha Srilatankana Parayane Ito na Shringa Parato na Shringa Yato Yato Yamitato na Shringa Shringamadin Sharanam Prapade Tara Shringamadin Sharanam Prapade Avakara Kamala Vare Nakam Adhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tano Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Tavakara Kamala Vari Nakam Adhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita. Everybody loudly. Bolo Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Bhagwan ki Shri Prahlad Narasimha ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So just before we hand you over back to His Grace Sachisuta Prabhu, we humbly request you to please, if you can, maybe take the chairs for a few minutes more. His Grace Sachisuta Prabhu will be, I think just before we go for any short presentation or appreciation and gratitude talks, I'd like to ask His Grace Sachisuta Prabhu to read out a little highlight of services or different endeavor that we want to embark on in serving their Lordship Shri Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra yet for another year ahead, that by the time we will celebrate their 17th anniversary inauguration Brahmotsava festival, we would have looked back at a year of great service to their Lordships. So, over His Grace Sachisuta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So I was asked to just share quickly some of the few goals and projections for center here for this upcoming year. And I would like to say that one of the first thing the management at ISKCON of Karuna Hare Krishna Study Center would like to do is to continue and maintain our existing efforts, services to their Lordships and extend it to all the devotees, the congregation members, donors, and well-wishers. And we would like to in a general way now, but later on we'll get more specific in terms of this. But we first of all want to take this opportunity in acknowledging all the devotees, their dedicated efforts over the past year, the year 2024, all our donors, well-wishers, friends who have been so committed, not only for the past year, but for many years, to see to it that the service to their lordships continue, and also that the programs, the festivals, and so forth manifest in wonderful and beautiful ways. So what you're seeing on screen is just some short slides we'll run through very quickly to show you, give a highlight of some of the areas we'll be working on. So currently there are ongoing discussions where the devotees, the management team are considering to make some adjustments to the timing of morning program, the Mangal Arati program. So, today is, we are observing their Lordship's 16th anniversary, and we are also talking about their direct seva in the form of the morning program, Mangal Arati. So as everyone knows, for the last so many years, Mangal Arati has been happening at 6, but there are proposals to, move the time a little earlier. So you can think about it, and at some point in time, maybe we'll have like an Ishta Gushti to hear thoughts and opinions from all the devotees. Also, we'll be striving to organize and observe all the major festivals, major and minor festivals, for the pleasure of their lordships. And in terms of the Govinda's Snacket operation, we are hoping that this year we can able to improve and increase the operation, the scale of the operation, that is in terms of sales. And not only that, but to be more strategic in the organizing. Like for instance, to have a restaurant manager who will kind of coordinate everything when it comes to the Govindas. Also, we are hoping that to utilize the temple's bus, that's a big bus, for transporting the devotees back and forth. Like many devotees are coming from all the way down the East Coast, middle East Coast. So we're hoping that within a short time we'll be able to get the bus up and running so that devotees can easily traverse to and fro the temple. Continuing book distribution and Harinam. So these programs have been going on, but maybe still after the pandemic we have not able to resume to the extent or due to the magnitude that we are thinking about. But nevertheless, this year we are thinking that, considering the efforts and tasks that devotees are taking up, properly through.
In the history of ISKCON Guyana, we never bought $7 million Guyana in books at one go and imported into this country, into our beautiful land, Guyana. So there is a drive to increase book distribution internationally, and we also, from the National Board and local temples across the country, are encouraging devotees to please join in the huge endeavor to please Srila Prabhupada. That from the very beginning of this year, 2 weeks ago, we ordered $7 million Guyana in books, over $30,000 US in books. Books will start to be here from next 3 weeks onwards throughout the year, and especially leading up to this year end. So please let us all take a few books and distribute it on a daily or weekly basis. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada, for taking note of that. So also, we'll be working towards increasing our congregational outreach and other forms of outreach and media programs. Like for the last so many years, television program has been ongoing on NTN, channel 69, but we want to improve to have more like live sessions and also pre-recorded sessions with visiting guests and devotees so that we can air those. Also, we will be working to coordinate and increase the attendance of our Sunday feast. So as you know, again, from pandemic to now, it has not been so easy. It has been an uphill task to have more and more devotees and attendance through the Sunday feast. Even though we have been live streaming most of our programs, we would still for as much.
Stop live stream and that let him come to shout him.
So that is something that we are looking at. Also, apart from the regular programs, there have been discussions on going to have like an annual Maha Kirtan festival, at least once in ISKCON Guyana, and we're hoping through this year that this program or this festival can be pioneered. Like for instance, now you have the Radhadesh Melo is going on. There's Festival of the Holy Name, Sadhu Sangha Retreat, and many other Kirtan festivals worldwide. So in that spirit, devotees, we are also thinking along that line. And also we would like to have more like japa retreats, like some outdoor sessions where devotees can gather and have sadhu sangha very nicely, very intimately. Continuing, so this building, the temple here, a lot of maintenance works from time to time is required, and not only maintenance but improvement works. So to enhance the security and the ambience and everything of the center here, we're hoping that we'll be able to undertake some projects along that line in terms of maintenance, improvement, and for instance like grilling up the ground floor, the doors and windows. And one of the highlights here this evening also is that we are having His Grace Vijay Prabhu for the past month in ISKCON Guyana, and in my understanding he has come to stay. Do you agree? Vijay Prabhu has come. Vijay Prabhu has come to become Guyanese. He is ready, he is ready to give up his Fiji.
It was so, I don't think it was a coincidence that I have one of my family friends way down back in the village, out of the village in Cane Grove. So we did Harinam a few weeks ago in Mahaika Market, and I said I'm paying this Uncle Victor, Mr. Mohan a visit, so I took Vicharu Prabhu with me. And mind you, it's real far out place. And I have been visiting year after year, but maybe the last 2.5 years I didn't visit. So this was first time I'm visiting after. And as soon as he saw Vicharu Prabhu, this is a man who is going out, and he offered his home to Vicharu Prabhu. Just out of the blues, just like that. So Prabhu. I don't know.
So Vichar Prabhu has, based on discussions with him, he has been thinking and he has been working on, along with himself, to bring a few other devotees to come for at least 3 months per year, like from Diwali to, means October time to like now to January, January month end, which will be the Brahmotsava festival of their lordships. And also which coincides with, in many places is winter season now, and the winter is give him a lot of challenge, actually. So finally, we will be working towards improving, establishing, operating various departments. So as you can see, this project, it takes quite a bit to cover the daily operation. Just by looking and to see what goes on here, it takes quite a bit of effort. So we would like to work on having departments established, not just names, but devotees who will be willing to commit and to serve for many years in different areas, in different departments like devotee care, outreach, education, and training. Actually, His Grace Baldev Prabhu was here like 2 years ago, and he would have given us an initial start. And now with the help of all the devotees, the congregation, and the management team here, we're hoping that this year we can have more gatherings, more discussions on how we can have priority departments implemented so that we can offer more service to the devotees, to our community here, to the universities, teachers training college, and to the business community and extended. So these are some of the plans and goals for this year, and this can only happen through your well-wishing hearts, your prayers, your coming together and assisting in this way. So thank you once again. Over to Prabhupada Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, just a few of the books of the slide that the boys have there. One of it is that we are endeavoring to put in a surround sound system in the temple room, which was, of course, always the plan. So Hari Kirtan put his hands like that. And I'm teasing Hari Kirtan and Arjun Prabhu that you're like real outdated, primitive guys with some primitive cameras. So they would have begged, borrow, or steal, get, gain, enjoy. They would have gotten a few cameras, the ones that you're still seeing around during pandemic, and they didn't intend, or they don't intend to improve. They get one at the top there, but I don't know, I'm still not approving it. So they want to bring in new cameras, new gadgets and all that to live stream and be more effective, while our television, Hare Krishna Today television program will be aired on television. Simultaneously, it will be aired on YouTube and Facebook. All that we want to set up, which we have been endeavoring to do also, our in-house studio. So surround system camera, in-house studio. And this year also, before Ratayatra, we want to repaint and do some improvement work around the building. Sachisuta did said improving the building, but specifically we also want to repaint the building. Sanjay, where is Sanjay Prabhu? Sanjay Prabhu is here? Who is Sanjay Prabhu? Stand up. He's Kuvira of the Hare Krishna Study Center. So this Kuvira here, young junior Kuvira, or little speak of Kuvira, I told him that this shed that we have at the side there, like an extended kitchen, that we want to extend it next to this wall by this step that we comes up. And he said, no, Prabhu, we should shed the whole thing till up to the gate at the front. So that when devotees comes, no rain, no sun, no nothing should touch them, and that he fed up spend money renting tents. So rather than spending money renting tents and all that, he wanted to shed the whole thing. So that's something for discussion. I'm just saying what Sanjay Prabhu said. Right? So thank you very much, Sanjay Prabhu. So I don't know, maybe Sanjay will be coming to you very soon with a jewelry, around his shoulder, around his waist, and he'll come and beg alms from you. Two important endeavor that we want to embark on, three actually. One is that with the help of the ISKCON Guyana National Board, initiated disciples of so many gurus, spiritual masters that have been coming to Guyana, we are embarking from the beginning of this year, that each spiritual masters and their disciples and other devotees can join, will have a Zoom class at least once a month for their disciples. Along with them and their disciples and other devotees can join. His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami already started some time ago. So like that's an endeavor, and that will take the whole National Board and senior disciples and disciples in general of each initiating spiritual masters that normally visit Guyana. Some of them, because of health reason, cannot visit so regular, cannot visit at all. So this will become helpful for the devotees. On the 24th of next month, Republic Day, of course, is the 23rd, but it is Sunday. The holiday will roll over for Monday, the 24th. So on Monday, the 24th, we are going to invite nationally all the devotees across the country for a Ekadasi lunch and free mixing and gathering. And part of it is for ISKCON Guyana leaders from each temples to outline some of the major activities of each temple's major endeavor that we can all look forward for nationally, like Ratayatra and those programs. And importantly, almost over a year ago, we brought in some books by His Holiness Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj. Very important title, Vaishnava Compassion, Vaishnava Behavior, so many books on Srila Prabhupada. So on that program, we want to give those books as sets of books to devotees as gifts, or to family devotees as gifts. And of course, we will all take prasadam together. and I slipped the other one. But anyway, those are some. We speak about the kirtan already. So anyway, the rest will probably continue tomorrow. Thank you very much. These are some highlights. Please take notes. And as Hare Krishna, Sachisuda Prabhu were going to say that the Hare Krishna Study Center require each and every one of you input, each and every one of you well-wishing hearts, and your blessings and your full cooperation, and whatever strength, whatever energy, whatever time, whatever finances, in whatever way you can support, you can be a part of the success. Please be. Please do it. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki. I am tempted to announce Prashadam. I don't know what Sachisuta wants to say. So he's floored, he agreed. So we will go for Prashadam. Probably take Hare Kirtan first before we go for Prashadam. So it'll take, just so you get a little teaser of tomorrow's session, we'll be having devotees giving their testimony and some inspiring words on the deity, and been worshipping the deity for many years. Like Shankaranya Prabhu have been here for 2 years, disciple of His Holiness Swarup Damodar Maharaj, or dear Parthasarthi Prabhu, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, disciple, have been here for 3 years. So they all have been worshipping the deities, and of course our locals, Vishaka, have been the head pujari since beginning of time. So like that, we'll be hearing from them. But just 3 minutes from Hare Kirtan in terms of his growing up with the deities from since he was probably 9 years old.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I am currently the last person you'd like to see right now because I'm separating you from Prashadam. My apologies, please forgive me. Thank you very much for this opportunity to glorify their lordships. My experience with their lordships has been a very intriguing, exciting, and interesting one. Because I've visited other temples. As many of you may know, I was born in the Crane Temple, and I grew up there with Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra. Many people comment that Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra are the most beautiful deities they've ever seen, most beautiful Gaur Nitai deities they've ever seen in the world. I agree, but our Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra are also very beautiful. And I was in a dilemma about this until one day I heard one class by one devotee who said, the specialty of the spiritual world.
Hare Krishna. He passed because last night we celebrate his nani, his grandma, 70th birthday. And those deities are very dear to her, so much so that she have the name, Nitai Chaitanya Chandra, that's the name after the deity. So I'm telling him, please be careful, so you'll get some.
So the devotee was mentioning how in the spiritual world, we know here we get first place, second place, third place, but in the spiritual world, everybody can be first place. So that is the specialty of Krishna. Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra are extremely beautiful, and they were recently, a few years ago, repainted by Her Grace Nrsimha Mataji, and I feel ever since then, they were extremely beautiful before, but now they are very, very extremely beautiful. That's not correct English, but you get the point. Their lordships' mercy is exhibited in many ways, and it can be felt with the association we have with the devotees around the temple. The devotees here are actually messengers of Shri Nitai Gaurachandra. We may say that, oh, we can't hear the deities speak, but when the devotees speak, it is actually the Lord speaking to us. I've had many experiences, not just me, but other devotees have shared how they've told their lordship something, and then the answer came through a devotee not so long after. Or they've begged for a certain service, and that service came not so long after. or they felt unworthy of a service, and they felt that they shouldn't be getting that service, but the Lord gave them the service anyway. So their lordships are extremely merciful. Our standard of worship here may not be as or to the standard of, let's say, compared to Shri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra. Our standard here is a bit more simple, but it gives a very wonderful feeling in the heart when we come and we get to do some small service, even though we know that we are inadequate, that we are not able to serve in such a wonderful and high-class manner. We're serving in our own capacity, but the Lord is still accepting that service for 16 years. And I feel that is an expression of their mercy towards us. Although we are unworthy to serve them, I'm unworthy to serve them, they still continue to give their mercy and allow us to serve them every single day in intimate ways. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Hare Kirtan. So the devotees who will be making presentation and little gratitude speech tomorrow, that's the idea. 2-3 minutes. Express your gratitude to their Lordship. And of course, you can make your pledge to recommit yourselves also. Somebody can come and grab the mic out from Sachi Sutta and said, I want to pledge my life to their Lordship, or I want to pledge my will to their Lordship. You know, things like that. You can, you can do, no problem. So Sachi Sutta alludes us to the seminar by Mataji and assisted by our dear Gopal Hari Prabhu, Aruda Mataji and Gopal Hari Prabhu on Monday evening. 6:30 we will attend Artik and they will get going by 7. So there will be Hare Kirtan and Sachi Sutta now informing me that they will be sending out some online forms for you to sign up for the sessions. And tomorrow when you come, you can register online. And those of you who will come tomorrow, you can receive a physical form that you will register for the seminar, because we'll be giving you a little certificate at the end of this session on Tuesday evening. So please take note of that. Please, many things are yet left hanging, like vote of thanks and all that. So tomorrow we'll see how much we'll get over all that. In the meantime, thank you very much to being here with us. Those of you who would have joined us online, please offer prayer to, for all of us here, that we can all have the energy to congregate more together. And if you feel inspired, you can somehow either book your flight, hire your jet, or book your horse cart, your donkey cart, whatever it is, get your cycle, and you just try to be here tomorrow. Don't miss out. Hare Krishna. Let us all take prasadam into your full satisfaction. It is Ekadasi, of course, non-grains. Please honor their Lordship prasadam. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki.